compañeros trabajando en la oficina central de meteorología que produce estos anuncios, estos pronósticos para que gente como nosotros podamos compartirlo con ustedes. Aquí reconociendo a nuestros patrocinadores fielmente, el señor Eduardo Vega del Benque, también el señor German Vega de Orange Walk y el honorable Gaspar Vega de Orange Walk. También agradeciéndole a Gillette Meat Shop, también agradeciéndole a Telemedia, Government of Belize Information Service y otras agencias que nos apoyan fuertemente con sus anuncios. Compañeros, hoy tenemos invitados y por esa razón y otras vamos a ir rápidamente a un corto comercial. Vamos a una pausa cuando son las 7:14 y estaremos de vuelta tan pronto estos anuncios, pero no se vayan.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the washers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
They see you and know you're an event. Always a star, yes. You live in color to the limit. Large and in charge, yes. That's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range, colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things ever run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color, Buster.
Continue staying in touch with your friends and family with Digicel. From now until the end of January, take advantage of our $2.99 promotion and receive an unbelievable 100 minutes of talk time to BTL and Digicel numbers and 100 texts. You can also activate the plan to call your loved ones abroad in Canada, USA, and Mexico. Receive 50 minutes of talk time and 50 texts for only $2.99. All you need to do is dial star 100 pounds to activate. Digicel's $2.99 promotion, now extended through January.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
The Philip Goulton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goulton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross-section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega & Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macal River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
And I had a little sit down with the man yesterday.
That's fantastic. Go ahead.
We need to know our candidates, and I think this is the most important thing that we need to bring them forth and show the Orange public who we are putting out for them. And we are in total support of the UDP 7 team vying for this election. The beautiful thing about Evan is that he's 28 years old. He's a young, vibrant individual that has had this burning sensation in his heart to be a representative, represent his own people, Orange Kenyans, and in fact, Belizeans at large. And we had a little sit down. And Evan, sincerely, there are a lot of things that you have done in your short span of life. I say short span of life because we are by far double your age, right? Yeah. Tell us in your own words, so that all our Kenyans can see, what is that prompted you to get into this race?
Well, first of all, guys, I would like to say good morning to you all, Orange Kenyans, my family and friends, our TV viewers, our radio listeners, public servants, everybody. It's always a pleasure for being here. Ever since growing up, like I have said, I just had the connection with the people. I just love talking with the people, meeting the people, trying to helping them. And I realized that Orange Kenyans deserves better. I believe we are far behind and we need to move Orange forward. And I believe with this UDP 7 team, we can and we will accomplish that. But we need your support, we need your confidence in us. And on March 7, we need you to vote 7 down the line. I have confidence in my team, and we're ready. We are ready to put our names on the ballot, and we're ready for March 7.
Evan, I have known you for quite a few years. You come from a humble family, and I know some of your folks already. But as we grow up, this happened, I guess, to Eduardo and myself. As we grow up, we have the influence of our parents and our peers in our life. We know where you work. I mean, you work at Catalyst Computers. This is not commercial, right? But it's an achievement in life. But what is it that while growing up, what is it that your mother or your parents instill in you, so that they bring this character in you? I mean, you are a humble man. You're hardworking. When you try to do something, you're very committed and all these things. What is it?
Well, growing up, my mom and my dad, well, they always used to say, respect your elders. You know, it doesn't matter how old. Bid them the time of the day. Even if they don't reply back to you, if you see them, bid them the time of the day. You know, it shows that that self-discipline in you, and the parents, you know, growing up, because, you know, back then, well, it plays a role, you know, how your children are being brought up. But I guess the other after effects just came in me, I guess, naturally, you know, of helping the people and trying to do good and alleviate things, you know, for the betterment of people.
The last time you were here, Ivan, we singled out, I think, one of the very important qualities and that any one person should have, and that is a sensibility or a sensitivity, rather, to others,
and the
to the needs of other people. To be able to say, I can appreciate everything that you're doing, or I can also sympathize with everything that you're going through. And that is called many times compassion. You know what I mean? Yeah. That ability to be able to feel for other people.
Right.
And I think that you mentioned that as something that you hold dear to your heart, that you've been, you know, it's that one quality that you have, and which bodes well, because it is that very same compassion that you're going to show to people, that same compassion that is going to help you or to make you do things for people rather than taking on a different view. You know what I mean? And trying to help people because it is within you to help people. You know? And I think that this is quite an important attribute in you.
Of course.
You are very compassionate. You can identify with people. I spent some time there with you the last week, was it?
Yes.
Approximately 2 hours, and
we had a good chat.
We had a good chat as well, and also I saw how you behaved.
Yeah.
I noted barely anything skips me. I noticed how you behaved and how you were very respectful, even to the person who was cleaning. You were very respectful to the clients, to the customers. You were respectful, and never one moment I saw you lose respect for anybody.
Yeah, and I pray to God that it doesn't happen. You know? But yes, but my compassion, man, one of the projects I have close at heart is sports. You know, all of you guys know that sports, it alleviates, for me, I believe, and I guess you feel the same way. Sports alleviate violence and illegal activities or what's not for the teenagers. You know, you give them something to do, and it's healthy. You know, keep them off the streets. When they reach home and they don't finish play sports, they're tired. They don't want to think about nothing else. They just want to go home. You know, a lot of the other sports where we want to do, we have other projects where Orange Rock needs to.
So what sports have you done, Evan?
Billiards, yeah. Yeah.
Have you?
Some tell me billiards is not a sport, because when sometimes when I say I need to go and work out, but they said work out, that's not a sport, because you don't even sweat. But
it's a mental
thing, and trust me, when things get kind of complicated, you don't want to do, you start sweating, believe me.
Well, it is a sport because at the end of the day, all sports are disciplines, and that is one way.
You know, you need to dress a certain way. You can't use obscene language.
Absolutely, and also you have to deal with an important thing called failure.
Yeah.
Because if you lose one game, and somebody is consistently trying to make you feel that you are a loser, how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
You know, many times you become angry, and even if you decide not to talk to that person, what do you do with all the frustration within you?
And not like other sports, when you're playing that, sometimes the crowd, they're telling you things, not really out of the way, but it's a mental thing, so you have to pull your kind of.
All right, well, I think we got to kind of shift this and talk more about, Orange Walk Town. Because our main focus is, Orange Walk, and I know you have it at heart. You are born here, grew up here.
Born and raised, I'm in Able String there.
That's right, yeah. So I know you're thinking hard about Orange Walk, and you've seen Orange Walk, that it does have necessities and it does have, things for the future. Maybe you should, start to mention to us what is it that is burning within you about the different things that can happen in Orange Walk and what you can contribute.
Well, as of one, Orange Volcanoes, I believe in safety and the security. And that is one of the reasons our big project, our main project, is for the bus terminal. And it's a win-win situation because Orange Walk is one of the only districts that has public works in town. All the other rest of the district is out town. The big equipments, you know. God forbid anything happen. So far we haven't had any accidents, I believe. But the land is allocated on York Creek Road, by York Creek Road, and it'll take a little process for it to, you know, go through. But besides that, we have the bumps, you know, pedestrian ramps, and for other security reasons. And other than that, you know, we have the sixth form that I talked to you about, you know, the education system and
that's very intrinsic for Orange Walk. We noticed that, and this is what you mentioned to me yesterday, because I noticed that you are very, you know, very analytical about what
besides the
Orange Walk is
security,
happening.
I mean, it's a reality.
Yeah.
You
What
know?
happens that we only have one sixth form while our neighbor Corozal has something 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Something
Is
like
that
that.
a fact?
Yes,
Yes,
all
they
one
have
sixth form.
Escuela Mexico, they have CJC, and they have Adventist. Adventist.
And a lot of the degrees or subjects they want to take, MJC doesn't offer it. They have to travel to Corozal, probably Belmopan, Belize, and that's another expense, you know. On
So what are you advocating for? Getting
Well,
the
that's a
job?
bigger project, but I mean, that's something definitely the town council can do, but with the confidence of the
You mean create a conscience for the
well,
of the needs?
being the fact that
our
the
needs?
central government is in power, we could try to lobby probably for another sixth farm. I mean, put it out. You know, it could.
It's
And I think it's something very important for the younger generation who have you know endured all these hardships, and even the parents that have endured all the expenses.
They have a lot of
having
kids
sending
that
kids somewhere.
they have a lot of kids that are going. I mean, they have the will and everything, but the money is not there. You know, they have some. I hope I not much nobody too, but they have some with all the finance, and sometimes like they're not taking it for, you know, for the better. And I notice a lot of kids, you know, students are dropping out of school. They need to get another job. You know, people are not paying much because the least they want is sixth form, and without that sixth form degree, I mean, sometimes your life start taking a downhill. You know, my Orange Volcanoes. We need that. That's one of the upliftments I think we need to empower. You know, other than that was the housing plan thing. But those are big projects, you know. We definitely need funds and help from abroad. But like I said, with the connection, UDP is in central government, and of course, with a UDP town council, things will happen for the betterment of Orange Walk.
I mean, you're saying that if UDP is the town council, central government will have a better connection for development.
Yes, and we could work together. Yeah, I won't say it will happen, but it's a start. I mean, you know, somebody needs to put their foot down and say, look, this is what we have at plan. I know all things takes process and money don't fall from tree, but, you know, it's the idea.
That's aside from talking about the roads and the drains and all these things, which, you know, this is like a standard procedure within a town council.
Exactly. Well, as we were saying, you know, we're thinking this UDP 7, that's why I have confidence with my candidates, with our candidates. We're thinking out of the box. Fixing of roads, cleaning up drains, that's what you're supposed to do. But we want to do more because we believe the Orange Volcanoes deserves more.
Mind you, a lot of PUP people are listening to us right now, you know, and they definitely would love a plan like that because they themselves have suffered and endured hardships because of many of these things that have been happening in Orange Walk, especially the sixth forms.
Yeah. Well, yes, of course, the PUPs, a lot of PUPs are listening, but what I'm trying to tell the people is, look, listen, regardless of the blue or the red, they have some people on the fence thinking about the betterment. And to me, it only makes sense if we bring in a UDP town council, being the fact that the central government is UDP, I believe much and greater things will happen for Orange Walk.
Well, that's one of the things that has happened, that, you know, whenever you have a disparity between, you know, the municipal authority and central government, many of the projects are sent perhaps to other areas where there's more.
But we seem to be forgetting one thing, and one thing is that the current administration, the PUP administration, says we don't need
UDP
you.
administration, mean?
No, the PUP.
You're talking about town council.
We don't need you, Barrow. We don't need you.
Well, that
we don't need all the money, so now it turns out that they have to bite their own pride and swallow their own pride and work with what they have. But at the end of the day, how much more couldn't we have gotten as a community if we would have not only made that pronouncement, if we would have said, okay, see my arms, they're outstretched out at you. And we welcome a working relationship. But if you yourself close those doors, what do you expect? People to come running behind you with money in their hands?
Well,
Seat here.
I remember when Rave won his first mayorship, it was the PUP central government that was in power. And listen, Rave used to travel from here to Belmopan, sit on meetings to actually get something for Orange Walk. I mean, that was totally different. The mentality is totally different. What happened is that there came a time that, the monies that were allocated for the September celebration coming to Orange Walk was just sliced. And if you guys remember, many of you said, give me 5,000. That's Johnny Briseño asking for 5,000 of the allocation money. I mean, this is what they are of. But in reality, when it comes to a UDP town council, they're open for anybody that will be able to assist. And I guess, this is the same mentality that these guys have.
Right, yeah.
I have coined up a little phrase, and I think it says the future looks bright for Orange Walk under a UDP town council.
Of course.
The future looks bright because, if it's like you alluded to, a central government that is red, a town council that is red. What better relationship can you have?
Exactly.
It's bound to be fruitful. It's bound to be successful. I mean, we see with envy when you go to other towns, and we see so much development happening, so many boulevards and thoroughfares and bridges and sports complexes and this and that. Infrastructure in so much, and which means that the quality of life is being elevated. Very simply, which means that it's making easier for you to get from point A to point B, which means that the transportation costs for businessmen is being reduced, which means that your kids have ample places to go and enjoy themselves, which is, this is elevating the quality of life, raising the standard. And if we were just to begin to understand that all of this can happen in Orange Walk as well, if we were to give the red team a chance this March 7th. If we can only begin to give them a chance, say, tell them what, I will give them one chance. Because this is our opportunity to be able to get for Orange Walk what we deserve.
Well, Evan, changing it a little bit, you're a family man.
Yes.
And of a wonderful family, beautiful daughter, Ivana, which is something, that all of us admire, because, that is a beautiful foundation, and I guess, it comes from your family tree. But looking after this, parents in today's Orange Walk, are trying to see that Orange Walk becomes a town, an exemplary town. Crime had ballooned in different districts. Orange Walk seems to be tapering off somewhere. Despite that, it's still claimed as one of the safest towns. However, we just can't let this slip. We love this town. We like to go and meet everybody. Orange Walkers. Generally, the population is very nice, very kind, very welcoming. Evan, you're part of that. Tell me something. The very fact that you can walk into Orange Walk means that there is safety. Talk to us more about this safety thing that you have in mind for this town.
Well, the team had we wanted to do like a citizen patrol, coincide with the police department, because sometimes they might be at a distance and they can't. So we were thinking about citizen patrol. And that's like with violence or,
You mean promoting neighborhood watches and so forth? That's what you mean?
Going more in central, just like as, with the handcuff, no weapons. You know, if anything happens. But other than that, in terms of security, you have the pedestrian ramps, like I mentioned, the bumps, the speeding, controlling the speeding, like we mentioned on Ocho Benque. You know, when they say they're taking like highway. Yeah.
Well, it's important that security business is very important for many businesses.
We have to keep.
And I believe that, you know, while walking the houses, people have asked you questions, no? And this is what I want to know. Your campaign up to know what is it that what are you feeling out of the?
Well, what are we getting? I mean, I believe we're gonna get this change. You know, the people of Orange Arcanius, they're not sleeping. They're seeing it that, you know what, let's give a change. Let's give them a chance to being the fact that, like how we tell them, you know, central government is in.
Coupled with that initiative that you were talking about, that security initiative, trying to promote ways on how to make the people of Orange Walk feel more safe. Okay, if that's what the general intention is.
Right.
Coupled along with that, we heard yesterday from one of the other candidates that there will be some sort of initiative coming in terms of the health aspect of it, which means that coupled along with the community work that is being done to promote safety and security and so forth, that some sort of health support unit. We're not taking the over the job of the public health department.
Yes.
But a support unit, he mentioned, Mr. Jose Coco mentioned,
right,
which would help with those cases where the public health did not do for X amount of reasons.
Yeah.
You know, I alluded to the fact that it was a fact that the entire district has to be worked by 5 people. It's an impossible task, so they need help. So if we have areas that are overgrown, which also ties in with safety and security, because obviously it can be a hiding ground for thieves and other things. You know?
But it's a public health problem, and then it's a nuisance, and then it poses a threat on security.
Right. Yeah. So if that can be worked along with, and this means that the team is thinking,
right,
and is also not only thinking but is seeing the deficiencies within the system. Is actually seeing, because people are talking about, y estos terrenos aquí que nunca los limpian, y sabes que hay ratones por aquí, y el town council no hace nada sobre eso, el public health no hace nada sobre eso. Entonces el problema existe, the problem still is there. How do you create? You could be ranting and raving about that problem forever without it being fixed, but you need to be proactive and you need to change that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll take a break.
We'll take a break, guys, and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayos preciosos.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche-France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche-France.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Get serious. Get bop.
Punta Gorda Town now has a modern multi-purpose sporting facility thanks to the government of Belize. The brand new complex is double the size of the prior venue, and some of the features include a FIBA certified wooden court with padding underneath, seating capacity for 1,000, changing rooms, locker rooms, and offices. This $3.4 million investment in the town of Punta Gorda is being heralded by the residents of PG.
I feel very excited because this is first time a port like this is built in PG.
This is a big achievement for the town because we have a lot of the youths there where they come out and want to play ball the same way. And this just a put up on another level.
A lot of youths can't even wait to play on the new court because it's so official and it's something new to PG, in a whole.
I have to thank the government of Belize because then they look out for PG,
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Bridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FIBA-certified wooden main court and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes and multiple locker rooms, another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public, and parking for 200 vehicles. This $34 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
I love my Digicel 4G LTE data. Between work and school, I have to multitask to keep up. When I'm on the move, I have everything I need no matter where I go. Whether it's research for school, emails for work, or Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube while on those long bus rides, Digicel 4G LTE got me covered. Digicel 4G LTE's nationwide coverage is exactly what I need to get me where I'm going. They're truly the bigger, better network.
I'm about to hit you with the work, boy.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Exactly 30 minutes. We apologize for Mr. Emmanuel Martinez, but at the same time, want you all to put your prayers for him because he's not feeling well this morning. But we do appreciate his presence here this morning because even though he's not feeling well, he still came to work this morning, and we have a discussion with Dr. Omero Novello and Evan Williams. So that we can continue with the conversation here this morning with the councillor candidate.
I'd just like to mention this, that we are simulcasting on SCRS 103.1 and Universal 88.5.
Yes.
And to all Belizeans, we are throughout the length and breadth of this beautiful jewel, Channel 10 from PG up to Corozal. We are having our candidate, our councillor, Evan Williams with us, that is explaining a lot of his mind and, all the different things that are burning in his heart, that he would love to see or enjoy, a better place than what it is today. But coming back to that security issue that you were mentioning, very important. I had somebody mention to me something, during the break.
Yes. what I had in mind was a health issue, but I could have I linked it with the safety as well. I am in terms of the market, Orange Jacqueños, the market. I believe, as you all know, personally and honestly, I think it's unhealthy for the street for the vendors on the side of the streets. It's a lot of dust. And one of the discussion we had with the team, with the UDP7 team, is with the new bus terminal we're in planning, we want to allocate a space for the vendors, for the produce, because it's gonna be cemented and no dust or less dust,
More hygienic. No?
More hygienic. I understand it's under construction, but everybody wants to make their money. Everybody needs to make their money, and we have to give them that space. So probably, I'm pretty sure they will have more selling their vegetables and their fish and what's not. But some could come more into Central by the bus terminal, and for that area, instead of one central thing and the parking space is an issue. Because I always try to say, I accept and I always welcome investments, supermarkets or what's not. But what we need to get into consideration is a parking space. You see some people, they fill up the land with the building, and then people have problems to park. They can't find parking space, they create jams, so forth like that. And that's also have to link with safety. They're coming out, they're already on the side of the street with their bags, they just want to get in their car, they probably open the door and God forbid something happens, Parking space is a must.
Yeah, that I understand the way how Evan is expressing himself this morning, because he's saying is what we discussed with the team. So it seems like they have one direction forward, no?
Yeah.
Which is, which I believe the way it's supposed to be, no?
Of course.
It's not supposed to be when one person have this idea, and next person, they discuss it with the team, and then I believe that's when they bring it out to the public.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing, when they're working together as a team, having all the ideas, trashing them out, and bringing forth, rehashing it and bringing forth some new things that Orange Walk needs. Evan, I believe it comes a time that you have to. Normally, all candidates, we ask them to do our direct contact with the Orange Walk public and tell them what is it that you request, what is it that you want of them for this general election. And I believe, the time is just right.
Well,
that you can do so.
I could catch up on the station. I'm humbling asking you, the people of Orange Jacqueños, we need a change. We need to let you guys put our confidence in us, a trust in us, that we will do better for Orange Jacqueños. And the Orange Walk tongue, we're way behind, and we want to move forward. The goal is to move forward for a better Orange Walk. Thank you.
Doc, before you depart and before Evan depart, I would like you just to say a little bit in Spanish what Evan was saying this morning. I know we really can't say everything about Evan, but with his message that he has just expressed to the viewers. Explain who is Evan and why he's here.
Para todos los que tal vez entienden un poquito el inglés y más el Spanglish que nada,
yeah.
les quisiera mencionar que hoy tenemos a Evan Williams, un joven de 28 años de edad que está en el grupo del Concilio Aldeano corriendo para elección marzo 7 para el Partido Unido Democrático. Evan es una persona bastante humilde, bastante sencillo, de un corazón muy grande, es muy benevolento y tiene sus metas. Tiene deseos grandes, aspiraciones grandes y planes para Orange Walk. Uno de ellos es el mercado, que necesitan rehacerlo otra vez para poder tener un poquito más de higiene y seguridad al público, que es los usuarios, y eventualmente hasta el transeúnte, la persona que está conduciendo su vehículo, van a comprar el mercado. Todos ellos tienen en mente de que quieren que esta gente pueda hacer su dinero. Es importante que ustedes tengan el espacio para que puedan hacer su dinero y puedan trabajar a gusto. Entonces, él cree en un poquito más de higiene, en tal vez la recolocación de ciertos lugares a otros lugares, tal vez mover también la terminal de autobús, el Ministerio de Obras a otro lugar. Ellos ya consiguieron el terreno. Entonces, para expandir más las áreas donde se pueda mover la gente y tener, digamos, mejor negocio. Orange Walk es un distrito de negocios, todos queremos hacer nuestra parte, entonces ellos tienen esto en mente. Evan viene de una familia humilde y esa es su característica más grande, la humildad, la sencillez, pero el corazón de respeto a todos los mayores. Eso se lo enseñaron de pequeño por sus parientes Y Evan es un hombre de familia también, con una preciosa familia, una linda hija, Evana. Y felicitamos mucho a Evan en este aspecto, pero la mera verdad, es un candidato formidable que tiene el corazón de Orange Walk, nació, creció aquí en Orange Walk, y la mera verdad creo que tiene todo nuestro apoyo. De mi parte, yo estoy bastante orgulloso de este grupo. Y hoy pues tenemos a Evan orgullosamente con nosotros. Yo me inicio hoy con ustedes y también Evan.
I broke up my Spanish a little bit because I could kind of defend myself. So I want to say gracias a todos orangeoqueños. Es un placer para estar aquí hablando mis palabras de mi corazón. Es muy orgulloso.
Sí, alentador,
sí,
orgulloso.
Es un placer. Yo soy un amigo para todos, a friend for all. And with this change, March 7th, votamos para el UDP 7. Gracias.
Gracias, Evan. La mera verdad, no es la primera vez que vienes con nosotros porque queremos todo el tiempo por acá. Checky, this is the first time Evan is with us, three of us, I mean, two of us.
Well, with us together, but he has been here before.
But then, this will not be the last time, Evan. You need to come back after you continue campaigning, rehashing ideas and all these things. And I'm pretty sure that when you come back the next time...
I'm getting used to the mic.
Not only
the camera.
The camera is too.
Sometimes when you visit people's house, you cannot answer their questions right away or their concern, but by coming on the show, because maybe we might not be able to reach them again.
And that's one of the part I wanna put in. A lot of you guys are probably missed your house, maybe work related or what's not. The campaign, it's quite a challenge, but we're getting there, and I want to use this medium to ask you for your support, and as a campaign, it's to touch the people. I might not meet you at your house, but on radio, on TV, maybe on the streets.
Your heart is still for them, huh?
Of course, a friend for all.
Yes, and that's what we're gonna we have coined Evan, a friend for all. The guy walks the street and everybody's shaking his hand. Although they're going to ask for autographs or something like that, the man is getting there, and Checky, and we're very happy about that. I'll continue following the campaign trail, and see what exactly. But I'm sure that next time he comes, he's going to bring forth more ideas and more things that are happening.
Listening to the people, right? Of
course.
Yes, and we're going to try to do a fundraising drive to buy them more shoes because they're burning the soul.
Tomorrow we'll be having two former UDP mayoral candidate for this coming up town council election, Mr. Philip De La Fuente and former Mayor Ravel Gonzalez. Both of them will be on the show tomorrow, and I see your schedule here that you will be back on Friday morning.
Yes.
So it's like to wish you the best, and we are so glad to have you here this morning because I know both of you have commitments. And then any final remarks for this morning, Doc?
Well, I need to thank all the viewers for their time. I'm sure many of them are scurrying to go to work, but yes, I'll be back. I'm happy to be back with you guys, and we'll bring more ideas. We'll bring more people that have the heart to develop this country and Orange Walk at all. We have Orange Walk at heart, and myself, I'm so happy to be again with you guys, and listeners, people that view us are my good friends. And I must mention this to all my relatives in San Jose, San Pablo, in San Jose, in San Antonio, in San Felipe, all these people that were always, encouraging me. Guys, I'm back.
Yeah, and that
welcome back.
You were telling us earlier about the folks all the way there in PG that view us, but you know what? And you mentioned Channel 10 earlier, but Channel 10 has come a long way, Channel 10 has come a long way.
I think I have the history.
Yeah.
I live the history of Channel 10, but I guess,
Yeah, well, Doc, we await you again on Friday morning.
Thank you.
And certainly all the best. And Ivan, all the best, brother.
All the best, sir.
Doc, it's always a pleasure being here with you.
Thank you, Chicky.
And all the best for both of you for today. And, in the upcoming days and weeks and years that we'll be living. So we'll be taking a short break. And after the break, we will be joined by RC1 right here on the set. So let's take that break.
Have a great day.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See Daddy, life is better with water than life.
Six cylinders too. Pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. The time is exactly 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're live on North Division Channel 10, on Sugar City Radio Station, on Universal Radio, and also on YouTube. We are live and also on Facebook. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my great friend from all the way back, and will always be my friend RC1. RC, it's always a pleasure being with you. Even sometime when I just pass your wave, it's a pleasure, my brother. Always a brother, no?
Buenos días, hermano. Buenos días.
Yeah, RC, we have been discussing with Councillor candidate Evan Williams this morning. We are approximately 7 weeks away from March 7 when we'll be going into this municipal election. It's a national municipal election throughout the entire country, I believe. But Evan was here earlier and he was expressing his concerns when it comes to the town. Very young person, 28 years old. You know, you wonder when somebody so young, why will they be coming up with these ideas and why do they get themselves involved in politics, you know?
Yeah. Well, good morning and thank you for the invitation. You know, I was on another event, but well, what you see, that is what the United Democratic Party, the UDP, stands for. it's a party that has a window and doors open for young people who have leadership skills to join and become leaders today. The old saying that leaders for tomorrow is no longer valid, has never been valid. Young people must be given their rights and respected, as well as the gender equity for women. At the UDP slate, if you notice, there are two women. The United Democratic Party has met the goal of the conventions that you need at least to start off then 30% of females in key positions. We have female justices. We have a female Madam Speaker of the House. We have female CEOs. We have female candidates,
as well.
Ministers, female leaders in all aspects. And we cater to and invite young people to get involved in the political scheme, because the level of education that is being provided by them, by the UDP government, it opens a window for young people to be able to relate and assist the older ones with experience to be able to mold this road for development that they so choose. You know, we send our children to school. And if you send them to school, you send them to high school, to junior college, to university, and to get postgraduate levels of education, and then they come back and say, well, you know, we do things this way. We need to respect the value of the education of our young people, and that is why the UDP welcomed when you know, discussion was there. People like Evan, Ajesha, and such that you're interested. They said, look, man, we're happy for the opportunity for you to consider us to be. And the UDP believes in participation of all sectors of our community, so that we can get as best as possible a representation of people who listen to the merits of the people, who listen to the concerns of the people, and who have new ideas and concepts of how to put new stepping stones to move forward.
Yeah.
So I think it's great for a young man like Evan Williams and Ajesha and such to be on the team.
And Evan is, as you're talking about young educated citizens, Evan is in the technology world as well, RC, that takes us all across the world.
Well, you see, in his humility, he's not here to grandize himself or what he knows or what he can do, but instead he offers himself, and by offering himself, his education, his abilities in technology goes along with it. So clearly we can see that the UDP really works with the people, really invites people to be partner, because in a democracy, it's about working with the people and having young people. Well, things can happen.
Yeah, but also we have many things happening over the country when it comes to the central government. We'll be touching that in a very short while, but I mentioned to Dr. Omero a while ago, RC, that tomorrow on the show that former Mayor Rafael Gonzalez and mayoral candidate for the United Democratic Party, Philip De La Fuente, will be on the show. We remember in 2006 when Rafael was struggling, you know, but he still ended up to win that mayoral seat.
Well, yes, you see, one good thing about the people of Orange Walk, we may have our differences, but the people of Orange Walk, we have a love for Sugar City. We have a love for Orange Walk. We participate and support each other. And when you offer leadership that works, people gravitate to the kind of leadership where they will be able to see, work with, and nurture the good works. Point in case, when we look at the bringing of the transport department to the municipality, you need to be able to go to Belmopan and negotiate with the ministers. Rafael did that. Look at the street lights. You know, at that time, the municipalities, they say, well, you got your stop sign and such. But because of the great consideration for safety, he and his council went to Belmopan and said, look, we need to negotiate to get these lights and whatnot. And if you look at the level of development, the only lights that are in the Orange Walk are the lights that the UDP have put on when Rafael was mayor.
Yeah.
So you can see that under the leadership of UDP mayoral personalities, we have seen new, bright, and dynamic changes.
And for the first part of his term, he was under a PUP government as well, right?
But again, remember we were talking about representation the other day? Yeah. That did not deter him from going even to the central government, knowing that he had a position to go and ask for Orange Walk. So when the current mayor says that he will not go to the Imbaro or will not go to the central government, then he is not representing the people of Orange Walk. I don't know what he's representing, but that there comes the true example in your question, Checky, of Ravey being a mayor under opposition when the central government was PUP, and he said, look, I am the mayor for Orange Walk, and I will go to central government, and he brought, and everybody, you go to any part of the streets in Orange Walk where you have the lights, PUP respected, UDP respected, and every time they stop at those stop signs, and every time you stop at the lights, you can remember, you will recall the mayor at that time, Ravey Gonzalez, a UDP mayor. So everybody is benefiting from this level of security and integrity. So with another UDP mayor, with the quality of leadership like Philip de la Fuente, again, you will have a team that will go to Belmopan and bring, maybe we need more lights in Sugar City, and it will come under a UDP administration. And maybe we need to have better stop signs. Maybe we need more yield signs. Maybe we need more signs that will give you notification. Maybe we need more street signs that will tell you which street you're going. So that will happen under a UDP administration in the municipality, because people clearly see the development. Somebody says, oh, remember, a caller, I think the other day said, oh, pues, ¿por qué no lo hacen ahorita? Ask your mayor now, ¿por qué no lo hace ahorita?
RC, we know that municipal elections are usually held on Wednesdays. And when Ravey won, when they went into the town hall on Thursday, there was no money for salaries. And Sugar City radio station came out and it did a radiothon. And by the end of the day, there was enough money for Ravey to take care of salaries. But do we believe we still got that vibrance in the people? People were so happy that time that Ravey won and the UDP won. Do you feel that we still have that vibrance in the people of Orange Walk?
Absolutely. See, the people of Orange Walk are a determined people. And when you have leadership that will excite the growth and development of your community, people will gravitate towards that and support. Philip de la Fuente has that drive, has that leadership quality that will gravitate. And when we go back again to Ravey, when we look at what can be done under a UDP leadership, what can be done and has been done under a UDP management, you can see that things happen. In other words, the municipality under the UDP went to look for solutions and not dwell on the problem, because problems will always be there, but we need to be focused on solutions. It's not enough to say, well, I don't know, but it's best to say, well, let us go and see what we can do to make sure that whatever the difficulty is, we can overcome that.
Now when it comes to national issues, let's talk about some development in our country. Yesterday, we had the opportunity to visit a village in the Orange Walk North constituents. We're talking about San Luis, a small, humble little village, RC. We went there and we saw a huge structure of a brand new school in the beautiful village of San Luis. That's under the leadership of the Honorable Gaspar Vega. As we can see on the screen there, RC, look at that school.
It's a beautiful modern school. Now that tells you, what does that tell you? What does that picture tell you? The picture tells you that you have a representative that is working for the people. He was elected to work. 2, it tells you that the project is one that represents the needs and the futuristic vision for the people. As humble as the little village of San Luis may be, that the consideration for them to have modernization in an educational institution like a school goes credit to the UDP's government of thinking of the importance of education. Now, some people may say, well, oh, it's not your money. Of course, it's the government's money that comes from the people, but invested properly. You can see where the money went there. You can see the money, where the money went there, as in contrast when people are saying, where did the UHS money go? Where did that go? You can see a beautiful school. And those humble children in a humble community like San Luis appreciate the vision of the Honorable Gaspar Vega to think about them, to say, look, we will provide a building and provide the necessities to give you a better and higher quality of education. And that is what we mean when we talk about the election of a UDP administration, to ensure that there is a continuity in development that will benefit the people. And if you look at those children, all those children there, those beautiful children who are going to be our teachers for tomorrow, our attorneys for tomorrow, our leaders for tomorrow, who are going to be our attorneys for tomorrow, our doctors for tomorrow, our nurses for tomorrow, they are enjoying something that a foundation has been laid for them by the United Democratic Party.
Así que estamos viendo en la pantalla, RC, es la Escuela Nueva de San Luis.
Sí, y claro que sí, puedes ver ahí de que los niños ahí, los parientes, agradecen mucho esta visión del Honorable Gaspar Vega que tuvo para preparar una institución para darle mejor educación a esos niños. Los que conocen la aldea de San Luis es una aldea muy humilde, con gente muy humilde, pero el día de mañana podemos tener la realización de que estos niños van a ser los doctores, los abogados, ellos van a ser los ingenieros, los arquitectos de nuestro país, y es una forma de poner visiblemente, concretamente, un desarrollo para la comunidad. Los parientes que no tuvieron la oportunidad de ir a la escuela agradecen 1,000,000 de veces la oportunidad que sus hijos tienen. Y este tipo de desarrollo con la visión del representante, recuerden que estamos hablando de representación, el Honorable Gaspar Vega en su forma de representación abogó para esta escuela y se hizo una realización. Así de que se puede ver que durante la administración del UDP sí hay hechos concretos que sí benefician a la gente.
Y podemos recordar también, RC, que en Douglas, they don't put a new school at Douglas.
Sí,
and
Douglas,
San Román, they
sí,
got a brand new bridge.
Así es, hay un puente nuevo en San Román, hay una escuela nueva en la aldea de Douglas, y se sigue creciendo los desarrollos diariamente, uno por uno. A veces, como dicen, they say, patience is taught by us sitting down and looking at what we didn't have and what we have today and what we need to work for towards tomorrow.
También en San José, RC, tenemos el multipurpose building. Tenemos el computer room en la escuela de San José. And lots of other things are happening. The Honorable Gaspar Vega was talking about to get the water system up for San Pablo, because we know that between San Pablo and San Jose sometimes the pressure a little bit low, no? So all of these things are happening under this UDP government representation, like what you say.
Exactly. So you need to listen to the people's needs and go and work and attain for that. That is what representation is all about, to go and lobby, fight for the people that you are elected to represent. And that is what you can see the results in this infrastructure. But it's not only the infrastructure, you know. It's not only the infrastructure. It's the result that will be achieved from the infrastructure that's world changing. The other day we had a fright on tsunami. Who would have thought that we would be talking about tsunami where we hear about this in Asia, in Japan, and in those areas. And now we hear about it in Belize. So you can see that these changes that are taking place must be looked at, planned, and addressed for security reasons.
We got the representative in all constituents work a lot. I still remember in Belize Rural North when they used to have the drought, when Honorable clear the land, they have to carry water. And here, right now, Gardena don't get the water, Biscayne don't get the water. They have a new bridge for Maypen, and all the villages in the River Valley area, they get the water already, and very, very good road. The road all the way to Lemonal is fully paved in RC, fully paved.
Well, like you say, one day at a time, but get something done. And that is what is being done. Because And that happens because you have your representatives who touch base with the people and get things done. No, that is in contrast to what we see in the larger portion of the population of Orange Walk Central. When have you heard that the area representative, the leader of the opposition, go and have a meeting in Orange Walk Central, San Esteban, and say, well, you know, what would you like to do or me to fight for you? All you see him is on election time. You know, he's busy with his business. He's busy with his telephone company. He's busy buying other businesses all over the country. You understand? He's taking care of himself and his business and his family. No, at the end of the day, if he's the representative for Orange Walk Central, where the majority of voters are for this municipal election, the people should ask the questions. How many times did he have meeting to consult with them? The only time you see him is election time. You know, you'll see him 1 or 2 days before election. You'll see him. But the people of Orange Walk Central live there every day, and they would love a representative and a municipal administration that will consult with them regularly so that we can grow and develop Orange Walk for everybody. We're not talking about which color you are or which religion or ethnicity. We're talking about the development and that road for development for Orange Walk. And you do that by consultation, keeping in touch with your people.
RC, but can a representative that is in opposition get things done for their constituents?
Absolutely. That's what you run for election. I mean, in life, there are challenges. The Constitution indicates that those that have the majority form the government. But in the Parliament, in the National Assembly, there are 31 constituencies. They're called members of the House of Representatives. Remember, when a bill is introduced in the National Assembly, it is laid to a committee, and a committee is formed by members of both political parties. So that if you are an opposition representative and you want to recommend a change to any particular bill, you can do that by going and representing yourself. You can do that by sending a document, and then you can indicate and tell your people, look, this is what I'm fighting for you. You in other words, you cannot stay behind until you get what you want for the people.
Let's get this guy. Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
¿Estamos en el talk show?
Sí, estás en el talk show.
Bueno, aquí en el del municipio solo a la gente del pobre trabajador solo quiere suspender al pobre trabajador.
¿De qué estás hablando, señor? Si puedes bajar el volumen de tu televisión o tu radio.
Está lejos de ahí, amigo.
Okay. Habla directamente en el teléfono, hermano. Te escuchamos.
Ajá, sigue con tu plática, señor.
Pero lo que pasa es que el pobre trabajador lo suspenden por nada, ¿ok?
¿Dónde?
Aquí en el mismo municipio de Chihuahua.
Okay. Los suspenden los trabajadores son suspendidos por ninguna razón.
Pues por ninguna razón, por nada.
Okay. Bueno, una de las razones es porque no tienen dinero para pagar a la gente, ¿sabes? Y quieren subir el impuesto en todo para que ellos tengan más dinero para gastar, pero la consideración es que si tienes a un empleado, la obligación es para poder tener los fondos para pagar a tu empleado y también respetar sus derechos de ese empleado.
Sí, ok, gracias.
Ok, gracias, señor. Y eso es una de las razones por qué hay una campaña, porque la gente que está allá afuera ve la razón por qué se necesita una administración UDP para tener ese respeto entre administración y trabajador. Podemos tener opiniones, pero una de las cosas que sale de los trabajadores del municipio de Orange Walk es de que la mayoría han trabajado con el señor Philip de la Fuente, con él fue alcalde anteriormente, y conocen que él ha sido y siempre es una persona que trabaja. Él no se sienta a la oficina y manda instrucciones. Él viene con el trabajador. Si él tiene que tomar un weed eater o un lawnmower o ir a recoger zacate con el grupo allá afuera para mostrar, mira, eso es lo que tenemos que hacer para trabajar y mejorar los servicios a nuestro pueblo. El señor Philip de la Fuente y su equipo son de ese carácter para ir a participar. Y los trabajadores nos han dicho que el alcalde presente, él se queda en su oficina cuando lo ven y nunca viene y habla con los trabajadores y les dice, ni les tiene respeto. Les hace falta ese respeto. Así de que muchos que trabajan allá han indicado que sí van a votar para Philip de la Fuente y les pido también que les digan a sus amigos, a sus familiares, de que con una administración de Philip de la Fuente, el UDP, vamos a tener mucho más mejoramiento en nuestra municipalidad.
RC, we need to go on break. Before going on break, we want to say it, and we know that we were talking about the development and the different projects. We know Corozal is getting their share as well. Belize City, look on PG, RC. Yes. PG got one brand new multi-purpose building. Some people might say, but what is the use of that? But you always talk about the young people, how to nurture the young people and to bring up the young people. And that multi-purpose building there is for sporting activities, for conferences, and, you know, to go and educate people, which I believe is something good, like the one in Belize City. Some of the persons from the opposition, they say that this costs so much and I just want basketball court. But from what I gathered, I don't think that just one basketball court.
It's exactly what the name has, multi-purpose, for all kind of uses. When people come on religious crusades, they need a good facility to spread the word of God. It's there. When you have international artists and they say, well, you know, we need a safe, adequate seating place so that we could do. It's there. When you have international sports, you want to be the host to international activities. You have a qualified site, and most important, my dear Anjoqueños and those listening and viewing, whatever they say it costs, you can go to Belize City and see it. Now, coming up shortly in the National Assembly, whenever they call again the sitting of the House, the debate will start on whether to pay that $90 million that they are claiming for nothing. You can't even see nothing for $90 million. So should you as a taxpayer take money out of your pocket for pay for something that you don't see? Should you pay for something that you get no benefit? Should you pay for something that, hey, you don't even know what happened to it? No, in contrast, like you said, nurturing the development of our young people, to give them courage. See, you must give young people courage and create that initiative and drive in them that young people have to present them with good things. I mean, young people today have higher heights, they have higher aspirations, aims, and we need to work with our young people. And when I talk about young people, we mean men and ladies. Young men, young people. We have brilliant young ladies in our country, brilliant young men in our community here in Orange Walk, brilliant all over this beautiful jewel. So if we need to start to put together these quality institutions and programs for our young people to feel that they are respected today, not tomorrow, and because the United Democratic Party has been able to, one at a time, as I said, continue to build and expand on these programs for young people, people will say, oh, it costs too much. Hey, it costs too much? Does a future have a price? Does the development of your child have a price? The only concern that administration should have is for the services and development of your community and your nation. And that is why I continue to ask you to vote for Philip de la Fuente in Orange Walk and his UDP team, and in Corozal, and throughout this beautiful country of Belize on March 7th. Let's vote for the UDP team so that we can continue the development and growth for the people that we so represent, our beloved citizens.
When we talk about growth, RC, check out, like, make we put Toledo, PG as an example. PG got a nice multi-purpose building now. You know, one spell, people from PG used to have to go play in games, maybe the Dandriga or the Independence or maybe where the city. When they get in a competition, the games not good for them tongue, you know, because the structure that was there was already going down. But now people, they will carry the games in a PG, and then PG itself start generating funds.
Yes.
Because everybody will going to spend all the money.
Exactly.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Chucky. Morning, Mr. Campos.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Campos. the thing is, I study watch news and different media stations on the air. And I read on the talk about, oh, then they build street, people can't eat street. Then they build this, people can't eat this. Then they build Mr. Campos. They're stupid because when you build one road or one street, whatever they call it, people have employment and they are earning. They will have to feed their family, right? And the town, their place. If you don't got that, you got government got the money. You find the PUP, they shoot it in and they pack it and they walk out the town and they're happy. They feel good when the poor man on the street buy thing the book and they hand you only $20. Yeah, boy, I will vote for you. I mean, the $20 went done. And when you vote for them, they say they want 3 or 4 years. I mean, if they get $20 you vote for them instead of 5 years when election, how much it costs you for the air for your live? $20 they give you on your 5 years. That's only $4 they have for your live fund, man. And income, make we start to work up. We should get rid of these people. Look here, we should never try. We don't want these poor uncivilized people. The people they are civilized now. Because that's what PUP mean, you know. Poor uncivilized people. Anything when they tell them, they swallow it. Yeah. They say this, Johnny said that, they said that, they said the other. So brother, all what they do, they're digging for their pocket and they look for people like food. Everybody got education now. I think the time to get rid of this PUP altogether. Wipe them off for the map. No existence. You need me add in here.
Okay, my brother, while you're up on the line, elections on March 7th. We don't necessarily need to know your name, but I really appreciate your point of view as a citizen. On March 7th, who are you going to vote for?
Man, I not split my vote either. You put my hand, you see the red blood come out, so I read right down the line.
So you are going to vote for Philip De La Fuente down the line, 7 you did down the line.
Team, and I got 5 more beside me where they vote for my house here for by Mr. Ruben Campos and Checky.
Thank you very much.
5 sure vote.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. You see, Checky, when you have parents that have children and they know that they send their children to school. Now, school today, let's examine what the UDP has done. Remember, prior to 2008, the PUP administration froze salaries, no increments for public servants. I mean, the teachers don't get no raise, don't get no increment, no nothing. Here comes the UDP elected. They get their increment, they get their raises, and some people have their point of view now because they get it and say, well, oh, but that's not enough. But we must remember when we didn't have, and now we have. And when you have a government that is working for you, again, let's look at education in the high school. The subsidy. When the subsidy is given to the high school students, they ask you for, do you qualify? Are you a poor person? Do you need help? And you get the help. You know, say on the application form, what color you? You know, say which political party you belong to. Those children are not even of voting age.
Who they are.
Exactly. So, who is thinking about the future of your children? Who is doing something for the future of your children? Who is putting a vision for the future of your children? It's the United Democratic Party government under the leadership of the Right Honorable Dean Barrow and the Ministry of Education and the whole UDP philosophy of educating, empowering your people so that this nation can grow with everybody. It's time that we think as a family, you know. And I know elections, we tend to look at blue, red, and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, when that day is gone, we go back to the streets and we walk and we wonder, are we going to get the development we want? And then how do we choose carefully and wisely who to vote for? When you examine the pros and cons, Orange Walk, we have to take pride in our town. We need to take pride in our community. We need to take pride in ourselves to ensure that we have the growth. When you look at Philip De La Fuente, look at his brother. They had a hotel, but there was vision. There was a river. They open, what's the name, Maracas, and people, everybody go there. Then the other brother has a drugstore, and Philip has a drugstore, and his father 80 and plus completed his day and still working, and the son said, well, I wish my power to take one break from work for do this. But the whole family, Ruth, is there to see that the De La Fuente family come, and Philip comes on that blood of hard work, dedication, and that's why his team is the working team. You can't go to Mr. De La Fuente there at the hotel and tell him, well, uno know the work. You can't go tell him, uno know the develop Orange Walk. And this is what we need to excite in the younger people and all Orange Walk Kenyans to see that when you have a leader and a team that works, work will get done, and that's what the people want.
Yeah, but talking about the young people, RC, we need to take that break, but let me just mention this before we go on break. You know that Philip's son, Philip and Ruth's son, Christian, he's the one that is running the Holy Trinity Pharmacy in front of the Northern Regional Hospital. He's the one that's running that pharmacy, and we understand that Jasquina, who is the daughter of Ruth and Philip, are studying, and she's interested in the medicine as well. So they are right there, and like you always say, the young people are very important, you know. You need to nurture them all the way, you know.
You know, young people, we need to look at all sides of young people. We as grown-ups, we have had our failures, but we have to accept it. You know, you have to raise your hand and say yes, but we have to open our eyes and start to go the right way again. Orange Walk was going the right way when we had our streets, when we had our lights, and the security and the safety, and it went back. We need to bring it back, and we can only do it together. Orange Walk Kenyans, we can only do it together. We can't do it half-half. We can't play seesaw on the safety our community. We can't play seesaw on the development our country. We can't play seesaw if we wish something to happen. Remember, you could wish something to happen, but we must work to make it happen. And that will only be on election day, March 7th. Please, Orange Walk Kenyans, let's look at the reality. Let's vote for Philip De La Fuente and the UDP 7 team. I mean, let's think about children and their future.
On that note, RC1 will take our final break of the morning, and then we'll be back right after these commercial messages. So let's take that break at this time.
Of my Digicel 4G LTE data. Between work and school, I have to multitask to keep up. When I'm on the move, I have everything I need no matter where I go. Whether it's research for school, emails for work, or Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube while on those long bus rides, Digicel 4G LTE got me covered. Digicel 4G LTE's nationwide coverage is exactly what I need to get me where I'm going. They're truly the bigger, better network.
I'm about to hit you with the work, boy.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See, Daddy, life is better with water than life.
Buster. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's now 16 minutes, 16 minutos para las 9 de la mañana, RC1.
Sí, así se va el tiempo, ¿verdad?
Se va. Como se va el frío, se va el tiempo, ¿verdad? Yeah. Well, we're here, RC. We have 15 minutes more, and we know that somebody just text and say, give us the name of the candidates for the United Democratic Party because they have my support.
Well, thank you, Jackie, and thank you once again, viewers and listeners. The UDP working and winning team, with your vote, of course, is for mayoral candidate Philip de la Fuente. We all know Philip. Ajesha Cantun, a young dynamic lady. Jose Cocom, working at BSI. Derek Sambola, we all know Derek. Armando Chile Osher, also working at BSI.
There is Jose right there on the screen, RC.
Yeah, that's Jose right there. That's right. And then, well, we have our Armando Chile Osher right there, of course. And then you have Evan Williams, and he's the dynamic one that was on earlier. And you have Yara Vieda. Now, Yara is the daughter of Maito. You know where you buy your nice panares? Yeah, so she's actually Yara Cal Vieda. You know, that is her married name. But nevertheless, these are the candidates of the UDP. And, of course, Philip de la Fuente, the leader of the team that is contesting the mayoral seat. And we ask you for your support and your vote for all of them. Yes, Derek, well, he's known all over the place. He's a worker. He's a worker, always been a worker. And that's why they call him part of the working team. There's Ajesha. No? Yes, Ajesha. Yes, she is hardworking. And this is how the ballot will be looking, the copy of the sample ballot.
Let's talk about that ballot, RC.
Yes.
The ballot, explain how the ballot is there. Explain to the viewers and in English and Espanol.
Well, okay. Right, okay. Look at the ballot on your screen and you will see that at the top of the ballot, well, in this case, it will be the bottom half. The bottom half. The other party will be on top. But on the second half of the paper, you will see for mayor, you will see Philip de la Fuente. So right next to the red square, you will mark an X.
But you not see to that X on the ballot, right? The X not there right there on the ballot.
No, it will be blank. Okay. You mark your X. That's the way you should mark it. You vote your X for Philip de la Fuente. You will see the name Ajesha Canton and a little red square. And right next to it, where the X is, you will put your X there. You will do your marking. You will see Jose Cocom right next to the red square, and you will put your X there. You will see the red box next to the name of Derek Sambola. You will put your X there. You will see the name Armando Osher, and the little red box right next door, you put an X. You will see Yara Cal Vieda, and the little red square box right next to it, you will put an X. You will see Evan Williams' name and a red box, and next to it you will put an X. And when you have voted for, you have marked 7 X's next to the red boxes, you have voted correctly. That is the correct way to vote for the UDP team to be our new administrators for Orange Walk.
Explícalo cómo está.
Precisamente, en la balota hay dos partes. Arriba va a ser del otro partido, y la parte abajo va a haber el nombre, va a haber 7 cuadritos rojos. Al lado del nombre de Philip de la Fuente.
Ese X que está allá, no se va a ver eso.
No. Lo que están viendo en la pantalla esta mañana solo es un sample cómo y a dónde usted debe de marcar esa X. Va a ver el nombre, va a marcar Mayor, alcalde, Philip de la Fuente. Ahí está en su pantalla. Al lado del cuadrito rojo, usted va a marcar una X, igualito como lo ve en la pantalla. Va a ver el nombre de Ajesha Cantún y el cuadrito rojo al ladito, igualito va a marcar la X. Va a ver el nombre de Derek Sambola y al ladito va a ver el cuadrito rojo. Al ladito usted va a poner su X. Va a ver el nombre de Armando Chile Osher y el cuadrito rojo. Al ladito usted va a poner su X. Va a ver el nombre Yarracal Vieda, el cuadrito rojo. Y al ladito, como se muestra en la pantalla, usted va a marcar su X igual como la ve. Entonces va a ver el nombre de Evan Williams abajo de la balota. Y ahí un cuadrito rojo. Y al ladito usted va a marcar la X como lo ve en la pantalla. Cuando usted ha marcado su X al lado de los 7 cuadritos rojos, usted ha votado correcto. Esta es la manera correcta para votar para el equipo del UDP. Así de que van a ver los nombres, 7 cuadritos rojos, y al lado va a tomar su lápiz o su pluma y va a marcar 7X, como lo muestra la pantalla, y entonces hemos votado en la forma correcta para un mejoramiento y crecimiento de nuestra municipalidad y nuestro querido pueblo de Orange Walk, Sugar City.
Cuando la gente sale de su casa el 7 de marzo, ¿qué documento debe de llevar cuando vas a ir a votar? ¿Sí?
Bueno, cuando uno va a votar el 7 de marzo, se le recomienda que lleve su tarjeta de identificación de votación, your Voters ID. Puedes llevar tu seguro social, que tiene tu foto. Puedes llevar tu pasaporte, que tiene tu foto y tus particulares. Puedes llevar un credencial escolar, que tiene tu foto, tu nombre y tus particulares. Y esto es para demostrar que la cara y el nombre sean equitivos al nombre que llamen, porque van a llamar tu nombre cuando entras en el área para votar. Además, si usted va a votar y no lleva una tarjeta, siempre puede votar, siempre y cuando su nombre está en la lista oficial de votantes para esta elección. Entonces, lo que se hace, cada partido tiene representantes y se hace la pregunta: ¿cuál es su nombre? Se puede designar allá la fecha de nacimiento, su dirección, a dónde vives, y entonces allá se puede determinar con la información que tiene la gente de Elections and Boundaries. Hay un libro que tiene la foto de la persona y todos los particulares, así de que se puede ver si es la persona apropiada que está yendo a votar. En tiempos presentes, el UDP está entrenando a todos sus trabajadores de día de elección cómo y qué para hacer para realizar que el votante que va a votar es la persona que su nombre está en la lista. Así que no es como el pasado. It's not like in the past you take it for granted. The UDP is training all its workers to know what the rules and regulations are and what their rights are, to questions to ask inside the polling area to ensure that the right person going to vote is the person whose name appears on that voters list.
¿Qué pasó si hay una persona que no puede leer bien, no puede ver bien, no puede caminar bien? ¿Qué pasa con esas personas? ¿Cómo el partido puede asistir a esa gente para votar?
On election day, it's the presiding officer in the polling area that runs the election, not the political parties. Political parties are participants, not the police. Police are there to maintain law and order. It's the presiding officer and the presiding officer's team that conduct the elections as prescribed by law in the polling area. If a person goes there and is incapacitated, as you say, that is the word that is used, then when you go to the polling area, political parties have what you call scrutineers, okay, that represent our polling agents, that represent parties. And then when the person asks for help, then the presiding officer will then invite a member from each political party to come and observe, and then the presiding officer will ask, for whom do you want to vote? The presiding officer should not say, do you want to vote for Robert Usher? Or you want to vote for Ruben Campos? No. The presiding officer shall ask, for whom do you want to vote? No. The voter then will say, well, I wish to vote for, and the name of Philip de la Fuente as mayor when they call, the presiding officer will mark that in front of the polling agents and representatives to ensure that the wish of the voter is complied. Then it will be folded and put in the box. But importantly, whenever every ballot is issued, the ballot on the back must have the signature of the presiding officer. If it does not have the signature of the presiding officer, then it's not a valid ballot. So we must ensure that every ballot issued is signed by the presiding officer. If the presiding officer fails to do that, although the ballot may not be counted, the presiding officer runs the risk of being charged and taken to court and fined. Okay? Fined for not putting the signature, because then it would be the error of the presiding officer not signing to ensure that the voter's right is respected. That is one. Secondly, when people go to vote, sometimes when you're doing your tallying, say 50 people have voted, all right? And then you are the polling agent and you say, well, 40 people on my list have voted, and the presiding officer said, well, we will not go to 51 because 50 people have voted. You will tell the presiding officer, wait a minute, how you have 50 and we only 40 people have voted? Where did those 10 ballots come from? Who issued those 10 ballots? To whom did you issue it? And you stay there, and you will have to stay there and insist and persist that presiding officer tells you where they gone. Because in the past, people used to do that to it, but not anymore. We catch on, and now we are educating and training every worker to watch every step of the way to ensure that the right of the voter is respected there too.
Or if you have 50 votes in, let's say, that 50 votes supposed to go registered in that area, and when you look, you got 55 votes. Where the next 5 come from?
Exactly. So guess what? The presiding officer will have to stay there and count and recount until the presiding officer can determine and explain appropriately where the 5-1 come from. Where it come from? Who issued it? How you get in the box? And you not sign no paper until that explanation is there. And if you have to wait the next day and get an attorney and go to court, you then go and challenge it and go to court, because you must explain where those extra 5, 10, 15 or 20 or even 100 ballots might go.
When they have the counting RC, when they reconcile the votes, the scrutineers in there from the different parties, they check those ballots to see that they are signed?
Yes, because it is the duty of the presiding officer to show every ballot. That's why you have counters and counting agents. In other words, one keeps a tally, one for you, one for me, etc. And at the end of the day, you tally how many have voted and how many ballots were issued. And if it's and the presiding officer must balance.
You have to make sure that all the ballots are signed above.
Yes. And if it doesn't balance, and if they got more, you don't sign no paper, you stay right there until that is explained. And like I mentioned before, if you need to challenge it in court, you do. Or if you have to recount, you recount.
So if they find a ballot in the counting room and you not sign the back, that is not good.
It's not a good ballot.
Last election, we had a lot of split, especially in the Orange Walk East. We had a lot of split for the municipal election. Do you encourage split votes?
No. I mean, the people have a right to choose who they want to. But as a political party, we have a team of 7. So we ask that you vote for Philip De La Fuente and the 6 UDPs. In other words, we had 2 UDPs elected the last time. And this time, we want to ask the people to vote for the 7 UDPs so that we can have a UDP team working for the people.
So that two elected UDP that came in, you believe that's the results of splits?
Yes, that's how people decided, and that's how the results ended. However, as you go getting experience, you learn every day. And I am sure that all presiding officers are going to get training and teaching on the rules and regulations. Political parties will have the opportunity to review the rules and regulations and study it, and also teach the scrutineers. We are doing it already across this country. The UDPs are teaching everybody on what you need to do on election day, what to look for. Sometimes they used to do and leave funny thing, and we are teaching them what to watch, what to observe, what to see, and the UDP will be ready for this election on March 7th. Countrywide, we're doing training at this time.
And anybody that catch you do anything illegal for any party, they can be arrested as well, RC?
They're going to court.
Okay. Well, RC, we have to close for this morning, but tomorrow morning on the show, we'll be having both farmer mayors of the UDP. Rafael Gonzalez and the mayoral candidate Philip De La Fuente.
Our future mayor.
Yeah, they will be on the show tomorrow morning, so I want to invite the folks to tune in. So your parting words for this morning, RC?
I want to thank you for the invitation this morning. I want to thank our television viewers and radio listeners that as we go through the democratic process, once again, we are giving that sacred right, our constitutional right, to express ourselves and to have our voices heard. That we need to take a little time to think as to why do we go to vote? Why are we going to go and vote? That's the first question we ask. And the reason why we go to vote is that we want to see a council that will, every day of the 3 years in office, will work to provide the best quality of service to our people, that will continue to work and plan for development for our people, a group like Philip De La Fuente and the UDP team that will empower our young people and young women and single parents to be able to become full partners in the planning and development of our community. So as March 7th approaches, let's take a little time to reflect why we go to vote. And it's not whether I like you or you like me, but who can get the job done. We have seen the job has not been done with the present town council. We need to get more for Orange Walk, do more for Orange Walk. But most important, as we pave this new road for development and growth for Orange Walk, we must do it as an Orange Walk family, go together and vote for the right team, which is Philip De La Fuente and his team, the working team, and the UDP 7. There will be 7 red boxes. Right next to each red box, you will put an X, and then you have voted correctly. On March 7th, let's go for the love of Orange Walk, for the love of Sugar City. But most important, let's do our constitutional duty, come out and vote for the UDP 7 team. Thank you.
We'd like to say our apologies for Emmanuel not being here on the entire show tomorrow. Today, we hope that he will feel better tomorrow morning and he will be able to make it. We'd like to thank Raheem and Morris, also the technician there at Sugar City Radio Station and Universal Radio. Everyone that is watching us on Facebook and also on YouTube. This show repeats tonight at 9 o'clock, right here on the same television channel. It's all day on YouTube. So once again, Morris and Raheem, thank you all so much. And RC, sorry, we see you tomorrow. Want to meet again, brother.
Okay.
God so will, right?
Have a great day, Checky. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning to one and all.
Sugar City Morning Show.